So, talk to me about why you're doing this.
Matt, I have been, half of my life has been involved in public service, and I'm a believer that in public service as a noble calling and profession, and I believe and practice servant leadership. And as I said, over half of my life has been spent in public service. I'll be 63 next month. This is my home. Born and raised here. I love my city. And I'm deeply concerned about the loss of faith in government, the loss of faith and trust in government, the loss of faith and trust in electeds, and I say that reflecting on what's happening in our city, what's happening in our state, but also what's happening in our country.
Right.
And again, I have been deeply concerned about the mayor's race and how all of that played out over a year ago. When I heard about the campaign, the first recall campaign, read about it, saw that one of our TSU students was involved, and when I say one of our TSU students, I think you know that I teach at Portland State University in the Black Studies Department. I teach leadership and community development. And so seeing that Jason Worster was involved, I wanted to meet the young man. I was impressed that he was also talking about leadership and talking about the loss of trust in government. I was impressed with the language that he was speaking, and I was very, very impressed with his courage, that he was stepping up and filling a void that frankly wasn't being filled by other, I'm going to say, civic lights. I had expected that there would be other civic leaders, not just the business community, but other electeds, other folk who also care about our city and care about the futures of our city and care about integrity and character.
So they would step up.
I had expected that would happen, and when it didn't, I was disappointed. But again, seeing this young man, and after I called him and we met, and I actually heard from him why he was doing this, I said, I've got to support this young man. I've got to support and affirm his leadership. He shouldn't be just hanging out here by himself. And so, and I also want to be very clear with you, Matt, about something else, because I've heard these other little murmurs out there, which is why I did an interview with Just Out, and I don't know if you saw that back in, did you? Back in October?
Yes.
Okay. So, because I wanted to make it very clear, and I was so glad that they called, Just Out called me and asked for an interview. Because this isn't about Sam, the mayor, being gay. This is not some anti-gay rant campaign. Just as a sidebar note, I'm a founding member of Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays, the African American chapter here in Portland. So let's be very clear that this is not what this is about, but it is about restoring faith and trust in our elections process, because our elections process, there was an injury. There was an injury to the character of our city and an injury to our elections process. You basically had a person, Sam, decide to win an election by any means necessary. And the politics of winning by any means necessary, that needs to be rejected. it always needs to be rejected.
Well, talk about the politics of winning by any means necessary. I understand that you may have a contract with the Voice of the Electorate to gather signatures on this.
Don't have any contracts signed with anyone yet.
But Ross Day has said that he would like to do this and that he's looking forward to doing it. So
I have not talked with Ross Day. I've never met the man. I will tell you this, that we will release a report next week, and it will declare who's funding the campaign. By that time, we will probably have a contract or contracts signed. All of that will be released. All of that will be made transparent next week.
So, just theoretically, if you were to pursue a contract with Voice of the Electorate, they have used convicted sex offenders and felons to gather signatures on Measure 66 and 67. Is that winning by any means necessary?
I am not even going to dignify that question. Let me say this to you. I'll repeat what I said. We'll release our report next week that describes and defines who's involved in this campaign. And we have 700 volunteers in the bank. These are volunteers who stepped forward from the first campaign. We didn't lose those folks. They're still with us. We have the 32,000 plus people who signed petitions for the first campaign. We didn't lose those folks either. They're still in our data bank. And we have been inundated with folks wanting to step up and get involved with this campaign. So we're going to be drawing on that support. There are people who are they're ready to go. They're ready to go. So to try to use language in a way that taints the effort I reject that, and it's unacceptable to me.
So you're saying that my question is unacceptable?
I just gave you a response.